Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and I'm back with another video in our mixed media play jelly printing videos. And so here are the pieces that we did in the last video when we just did the backgrounds. So we have our envelopes and our Rolodex card, our catalog card, guest check, tags, some of our index cards. This one is really light. I don't even know if you can see that one on camera. And then some of our bigger index cards. So this is just a beginning for us to start to play with. And then we have our larger background pages that we did. So I thought we would move along with our next pages and things that we want to do. So I'm going to bring the jelly plate back up and lay it here on this white sheet so you can see it easier. Again, I still have my 8.5 by 11 sheet underneath there, and that way I can use that for a guide if I just want to put it in a block for the 8 by 11 sheet. So we're going to do some simple backgrounds today with prints in them, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get a layer of paint on our background. So let's just go ahead, and I'm going to use this Minted Aqua from Folk Art, and I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. So we're just going to put a few little dots, and that's got some chunky paint in it. We don't need chunky paint. Okay. So we're just going to put a few little dots here and there on our gel plate. You can put as much or as little as you want, but the thinner the paint, the quicker it dries, but the easier it is to get your impressions. Okay, this one's called Baby Pink. This is by Anita's All-Purpose Acrylic. Oh my goodness. Still fighting the laryngitis, so it's a little hard for me to talk, so y'all just have to bear with me if you will. Okay. And I kind of want an array of colors on this one. So let's do this one. I haven't used this one yet. This one's called Lavender. And you know what? It's not even open. Hang on. Okay, got that open. So let's go ahead and add that one. I think the majority of my paints I either got at Walmart or Hobby Lobby, because those are the two places here in town that I have to go to. This one doesn't want to come out good. Whoops. Well, that came out good. Let's see if we can do it this way and get it down to the bottom. There we go. Much better. Okay, and then let's add a little yellow just to kind of brighten things up a little. And I'm just going to add some little squirts of yellow here and there. Okay. Now we're just going to take our brayer and we're going to roll it out. So as I'm rolling, I'm going to scoop some of this over. I'm going to take my roller and I'm going to roll across some of these things, because see how it's going to give us just some more added color to our backgrounds. So we're just going to add some of that there, and let's roll some of this over this, and that way we get almost a full color on one of our envelopes. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to come over here and roll this one. And again, I'm going to add my color to one of my envelopes. Okay, and then we're going to slide this. Now you don't have to do it this way. You can just do the jelly plate. But I'm so funny, I want to save paint. So for all of us who are trying to save paint, I don't know why we do that. I guess it's just to not be wasteful. And that's okay. Let's try some on this little index card. Okay. So we're just building backgrounds. Alright. And And then you know what? I'm going to just go this way. And we're going to make it kind of like a rainbow. Okay. So I'm just going to finish drying my brayer off there. And then I want to take, let's start with our bubble wrap. Okay. So we're just going to lay some bubble wrap on top of our jelly plate and smush it in while we get it on our hands, and then we're going to pull our bubble wrap up. Now, if you're quick with this, you can take your, I'm going to move this real quick. You can take your bubble wrap and get some of that on some of your index cards or tags. It's going to get on, you know, your little background piece or whatever. But that way, you know, you're still not wasting paint and you're getting some good backgrounds. Let's do some on the back of one of these envelopes. Okay, that didn't have much left, so it's starting to dry now. So that's when you can kind of know, you know, you've went your limit with your media. Okay, so we'll scoot those back over out of the way. We're going to bring our jelly plate back up, and we're just going to grab, I'm just going to grab a sheet of notebook paper or something here. Hang on, if I can find one. Sorry for my reach. Okay, and we're just going to lay this. I'm going to lay this here and just rub that down. And then I'm going to take this piece that we did on the last video, this background piece, and I'm going to bring it down here to the edge. And I'm just going to pick up some of this extra paint that's not underneath my 8.5 by 11 piece. Okay, so we're going to get that on there and see what we get. Okay, so you can see, get a little bit of that pattern. And then let's take this piece and let's go this way with it and get some more of that pattern. Okay, so that is going to start building up our layers. So hopefully you can see, you just get an impression of that bubble wrap, and that's what we're going for. So now let's pull this down, and we're going to go ahead and take off our sheet here and see what we got. Now my jelly plate is pretty sticky, so my paper tends to stick to it pretty well, but look at how stinking cool that background is. I mean, you could just leave that as is and make that a you know, a page in your journal. I mean, that's got plenty of layering. So we're going to lay this to the side and let it dry, and then we're going to take some more paint. You know what I want to do? Let's do some white paint. We're going to do a really thin layer of white paint on here and see what we can pick up. Because I just want to get like a ghost print of that bubble wrap. And it's going to give, it's going to give us a little bit of color as well. So we've got the white paint there. And I'm going to bring over some of my prints that I did the other day. Like this one that's, you know, doesn't look completely done. So let's just lay him on here and see what we get. I mean, you never know till you try. And the key is to play and have fun with it. So have that one on there. Let's pull this one because it's kind of dark. So let's see if we can lighten that up a little bit with that white paint. Okay. And then I'm going to pull over one of my tags here. And I'm just going to get a little bit on the bottom of the tag. Okay. So it just lightens it up. You can get a faint look, or, you know, just a faint image of the bubble wrap. Very, very faint. Okay, so let's try one of these darker ones. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to put it down here. So this is kind of the way that you start building up your layers on your pages. Okay. And I like the way that one turns out because, you know, it's kind of so dark in the middle, but then you've got the white down here that kind of lightens it up and it pops, and then you've got the little bubble wrap images in there as well. So let's see what we get off of these. I actually think I'm going to take this one and put just a little bit right there just to see what we pick up. And then let's come over here to the edge and see if we can get any off the edge. I think we've kind of dried quite a bit over here, so we're probably not going to get a whole lot, but we'll get enough to make a little bit of something. Okay, so now let's pull these off and see what we get. And you never know what you're going to get. Alright, so see, that was that dark green. So it lightened it up some with the white paint. You can see very faint images of the bubble wrap in there, but it also, you know, it brightens up that page and makes it not feel like it's so dark green. Okay, and then let's see what we get off of this one. This one looks like it's going to do pretty good. Okay, so you can see again some very faint images of the bubble wrap, but you can also see where it pulled up, hopefully you can see it in the camera, where it pulled up some of that purple from the bubble wrap color. So again, that's, you know, 2 layers on there. It's not too thick, the paint's not too thick, so that it makes your paper so thick with paint. Okay, so we're going to lay that one to the side to dry. Now, let's say we want to do, you know, something elaborate. Let's do, we're going to do a plain color on the bottom. What color do we want? Well, I have 2 different colors that say baby pink. Let's do a blue. Let's do this nautical blue. This is from Anita's All-Purpose Acrylic. I got this at Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to squirt a little all over my mat or my jelly plate. And then we're going to rub it all in. Now see, I have quite a lot of paint on here. So I'm going to need to rub some of this off and come back in so that, you know, the thicker your paint is, the harder it is to get your impression. And you don't want it to be so thick on there that you don't get good impressions. Okay, so I'm going to rub some of that paint off. Now this paint's not being wasted. It's going on to this little book. And I mean, look how cool that one's looking already. So that'll be a neat page to play with. Maybe put some stencils on. Okay, so now we've got us a good coating of paint on our jelly plate, and I'm just going to rub this sprayer off one more time. Okay, and so let's do some different images. So let's take a piece of our cardboard here, and we're just going to press it down into our paint. Pull it back up so you get a good impression. And then let's try some of our crinkled up parchment paper and just make us some splotches here and there. Okay, and then how about let's try one of these doilies and see what this does. We're just going to press it in to the paint. Now you have to kind of move quickly with these so that, you know, your paint doesn't dry on you. But if it does, there's a solution. Okay, so we got that on there. And then let's take our little ruler here and make us some squiggly lines on the edges, and we can do some in the middle, just to make, you know, different textures on there. And then I'm going to take this is from, I think, oranges, like a little bag from oranges, and I'm going to lay it down over the whole thing. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my piece of paper and we're going to lay it down right in the middle here. And you want to make sure you rub over this good, because the netting kind of causes it doesn't stick to the gel plate as well. So you want to make sure that you get good contact with the paint and the paper so that you get the image that you're looking for. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull that up. Very cool. So that's what you get from the netting. And now we're going to pull our netting off, put it to the side, and I think I want to do a little bit on this index card. So let's go right here, and you don't have to lay it all the way down if you just want to get little bits and pieces. So see there, you get that image or print on there. And then this one, let's do a little corner over here just with this squiggly and see what we get on the corner. Okay, and then with this envelope, let's do a little squiggly here, and I'm just going to press it down in there and pull it up. And then with this envelope, even though you've got that in the background, let's go over here and just lay the whole thing down and get our lines from our cardboard. I love that. Okay, let's do some on a tag. So on this tag, we have some open space here and some open space here. So let's go, where do we want to go? Let's go here on the edge of our tag with the image that has the stuff from the orange bag. Okay, so you still get some on the edge there, and then let's find where we want to put at the top. We'll put down here with the squigglies. And so now you have a completed tag with a base background, so now it's ready for collage or whatever you want to put on there. Okay, so now what I want to do is I just kind of want to take some of my other, like these are some of the ones that I worked with the other day, and I'm just going to pick up as much of this paint as I can on a couple of these. And I have this one, so let's put some on the back here. And we're just picking up excess paint and not wasting it. Okay, so I have this one, which I like this one the way it is, but we have this on the background here. So let's go this way with this one. And then we have this one, and I don't really like this here, so we're going to go ahead and pull this one up and see what we get. And we got some blue on that one with a little bit of that squiggly. And then we're going to take this one right in here. Let's just take him right in here and see what we get. Now the paint's starting to dry, so we may have to put some more paint on, but that's okay, because that's the fun of it. Okay. So see, we didn't get a whole lot of that because it's starting to dry. However, you do get little bits and pieces, and it just kind of layers it over the top of that background. And you know, you get your layers, and then once you get your background the way you like it, you know, then you're ready to use that for, you can make an envelope out of this, a tag. There's all kinds of things that you can do with these. So let's see what we got off of this one. Okay, see, I like that. That's a good base background. So you've got a little bit of the shape or the image from the bag. You've got a little bit of the zigzag image. So you've got a good start there. Okay, so we'll put that one to dry, and then let's see what we got on this one. All right, I love this. So you've got some of the squiggle here and a little bit of the orange bag, but you can very barely see some of the bubble wrap from the previous technique that we did. And then here is some of those colors that were stuck to the plate. And so it picked up some of those colors, and I love that. So that's a really good start to a background. Okay, so now this is pretty dry, so we're going to need to add another color. So let's add some pink. You know what? Let's do a rainbow. So we have some pink. We're going to do a spring rainbow. We've got some green. Let's do some purple. This one's called Hyacinth. A little bit of yellow. And then we'll do some Minted Aqua. I just made a mess with that. Okay, now we're going to take our brayer, and I'm going to do this a little differently than I did all the rest of the times, because I want to brayer this color in like this, trying to stay out of my next color for just a second, and then I'm going to brayer off. Then I'm going to go to the next color. So we're keeping our lines a little bit more, and it's just going to kind of gently blend that. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of that there, and then brayer the rest of it off. And then we're going to go to the next color. Oops, we got a little green in there, but that's okay. So we're going to come in here and just kind of blend that in. Okay. Then we're going to blend in the green. Okay. And then we're going to blend in the pink. So now you get kind of a rainbow effect. I'm going to put a little bit of that pink down the middle there. Okay, so now brayer that off, and then we need some shapes in here. So let's go ahead and use our die cuts. Okay, so I'm just going to lay in some of my die cuts onto the page. I like the flowers, especially for springtime. Let's use one of these as a border over here. Okay, and then I have some more flowers in here. Here we go. Let's just do some pretty flowers. You can use your punches to do this. Sorry about my voice, guys. It's kind of going out on me again. Let's see. Alright, so now we have some really cool stencils down, or cutouts or punch outs or whatever. Alright, and so let's take one of our sheets over here that we don't feel like is good, and you know what, let's just take a brand new sheet. Let's take a brand new sheet, and you can use plain copy paper, you can use cardstock paper. I'm just using this because I have a whole bunch of it. Alright, so we're going to put this down over here, and we're just going to press into our paint. we're just going to lift it up. I love that. How cool is that? That's a neat background. Okay, so then let's take this index card and let's just lay it down right here in the corner and see what we get. I love playing with the Gelli plate because you kind of never know what you're going to get. So it's like getting a great surprise every time. Alright, so let's pull that up. Look how cool that is. So in the impression of the flowers, you still have the bubble wrap dots. That's kind of cool. And then over here is this here. Okay, let's take one of our envelopes. Oh, let's take this envelope. And we're going to lay him right here and build up another layer. And I'm thinking this might be the finishing layer on this envelope because I think this is going to give us a neat print. Okay, let's pull it up and see what we got. Oh, how cool is that? Can y'all see the leaf in there? I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, and then I'm going to take the edge of it. See how it didn't get color? I'm going to take that edge and put it right over here and give it a little more color. Or not. My paint's getting a little dry. It's picking up little bits and pieces of it. Okay, there we go. So we'll set that one to the side to dry. Now, I'm ready to take my little pieces off here. So we're going to go ahead and take him off. And if you're fast enough, you can take this and smush it onto something else. Sometimes you can get some color off of it, and sometimes you can't. You just have to play with it and see. Okay, so see, that's kind of dried, so we didn't get any color off of that, but that's okay. So we're going to put him back in our basket because we're going to use him over and over and over. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this one out. Let's see if we get a print off of him. I doubt it because our paint is getting pretty dry. Yeah. Well, there's a very faint print, but nothing to write home about. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take the rest of these up. Our paint's drying pretty fast because we got a fairly thin layer. Let's see if we get anything off of that one. Nope. And that's the key to Gelli printing, is you just play with it. You play with it and see what you get. And this paint dries pretty quickly because I had a really thin layer of it. I even love the colors that are on the back of the flowers. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull that one up. Let's pull this one up. There we go. Okay, now, since our paint's pretty dry, we may or may not get anything off of this, but we're going to try and see. So I'm just going to rub this over this, and I'm going to get what they call a ghost print, or I'm going to try to. And I did get a little bit of one, but it's so mingled in with the bubble wrap that you really kind of can't see it. Let's see if we can get anything on one of these. Let's try this leaf here. We'll try the leaf and the flower. I'm so sorry about my voice, y'all. It's terrible. Okay, let's see if we got anything on this one. Okay, we got a little bit of the leaf print, but it's so light you really can't even tell. So now we know that our paint is too dry to really get any ghost prints off of. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water because my voice gets so dry. So now we're just going to use some white paint. Or you can also use, hang on, let me find it. Okay, I thought I had some gel medium, but I don't. So you can also use gel medium to do this with, but I find that the white paint does just fine. So I'm just going to go a little bit at a time with the white paint. In other words, I'm not going to cover the whole plate with the white paint at one time. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to take another sheet of paper and lay it right down into this and see what we get. Now, whatever's on the jelly plate first is what you're going to see last. So, in other words, when I put that white paint down, this was on the jelly plate first, and then you have the white paint layer. So, when I pull this up, you're going to see, well, you may not see the white paint on this because it's a white sheet of paper, but on the farthest out, the farthest layer out, or on top, you're going to see the images or ghost prints. Okay, so we're going to pull this up and see what we've got. And this is going to turn out super cool. So now you get the prints of the shapes that were on there. And that's a pretty neat background. I like that. And I love how, I don't know if you can tell, but it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it over here on this piece here. So again, I am still learning all of this, y'all. So I'm playing and you know, having fun with it and learning how to use the jelly plates. But so far, I'm having a good time. So let's take this envelope and just get a little bit on the edge over here and see if we can get any of this print. And I don't think we really could because it was kind of dry. That's why I only did half of it. So now we're going to do this half. So we're going to move a little bit quicker with this half so that our paint doesn't dry out so quickly, or so that we can get our print done before the paint dries out. So we've got the paint on there. And let's just take, I'm going to take this index card, and I'm not going to put the whole thing down. I just want to try and get the image of this leaf over here. So let's see if we can get that. And we did, but it's very light. Can you see that? I like that. So this one's probably almost finished. And then we'll take, let's take this envelope. Nope. I think we're close to finished with that one. Let's take this envelope and see if we can get this flower here. Okay, so we can see the flower, and it even picked up a little bit of the green that was underneath it. Hopefully you can see that. And then let's take our tag and see if we can get this flower on our tag. And you can even roll your brayer over it to try and get a better print. Okay, oh, I love how that turned out. Can you see that? So you just have the light colors in the background. Look at my hands. And then you have that flower print that is ready. So this one, I probably wouldn't do anything else to this tag. I might do something to the back, but this part, now it's ready for collage or making your tags or whatever you want to use your tag for. So we'll sit that one to dry. Let's see, where are we on our time? Okay, so we're at 35 minutes. So I think that's long enough for the videos. I usually try and do shorter videos, but right now with the quarantine, I'm thinking people may have a little more time to watch videos, so I'm going to try and do some longer videos. So this one was our, you know, jelly printing with impressions. And so there's one sheet. There's one sheet. I love this one. This one is super neat. Let me move this so that I can pull the rest of them. So you have this one, you have this one that you got the bubble wrap on, this one. So, I mean, you can do a lot just in a few minutes, you know, and get you some nice decorated pages. Okay, and then we also have this one that we did, and this one, which I love. And then there's the tags. So you have the 2 tags. And then you even have these that we did a little bit on. So it doesn't take long to get lots and lots of layers, lots and lots of backgrounds and things that you can play with, you know, and then, you know, you can spend a little time doing these, and then you've got something to, you know, you've got your base that you need to go ahead and start doing your artwork on it. So, and we'll do some of those I'll do some of those videos too, to kind of show you some of the artwork and things like that that you can do on these prints. So I'm going to end the video here, and we'll come back and do some more. We're going to play lots and lots with the jelly plate because I'm intrigued. I'm having fun with it, and so why not? So thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And I hope you all have a great day. Big hugs.